Okay, I have no clue how this is actually working. I would assume this is kinda, sorta good, but, I really don't know. Mm. Okay, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. So we're gonna have to deal with the, weird angle. Maybe if I try putting the chair down. I don't know if this is blocking the mic on the camera. It's an older digital camera trying one of my other ones that I found. Just trying not to have to buy new cameras and new tech. But, hi. Hi, it's been a while. I don't know how the quality on this is gonna sound, but oh well. So, you remember I made videos talking about sort of a reset, building my farm metaphorically, and planting the seeds, all of that. Well, I mean, I started a ton of books. I have re-released Dark Pine Tales of Terror through Ingram Spark, so it has a bit of a wider release. I mean, I have the copy somewhere. This. The paper's a little different, so this feels more like a professional book you would pick up at like Barnes and Noble or something. I've started working on, I've been working on Force the Gods, which is this thing, a unintentionally YA fantasy, but been doing a lot of work on this one. Been rewriting, trying to remember what titles are on my hub site, because it was Force of the Gods. I currently started re-outlining Only a Fairy Tale because I stalled on that one. Heart to Hearts, I haven't gotten back to that one in a while, but I have gotten back to There Can Only Be One. Because Heart to Hearts is what became of the original draft for There Can Only Be One. Because it worked well as its own story, but not for the story I wanted to tell with There Can Only Be One, if that makes sense. So, what I can say from the original draft for There Can Only Be One, I am keeping and reworking for the newer version, and then completely reworking what's already written for from the original draft for Heart to Hearts. But I also have a choose your own adventure novel I'm messing around with, sort of just like classic D&D style, high fantasy. I'm thinking of writing another horror anthology because I found a story that was going to be in the illustrated version of this that I was going to add additional stories to, which were stories that were either cut because they didn't work or cut because they just didn't go anywhere. I ended up replacing one of those with a story that I wrote specifically for that version that ended up not happening, and it was a really good story too. So I want to try to get that out there. If the anthology doesn't work out, then I'll just publish that short story as its own thing. But as far as the reset in general, like aside from the work I've done on my projects, I've basically been stuck at square one. I've been attempting to relaunch my Etsy, hasn't really been working. I've recently opened a big cartel where I have the assigned copies of this, because I originally had those on my Ko-fi, which I then moved to Etsy, which I have now moved to Big Cartel, although I do have one copy over on Pango, because I was going to start selling the damaged author copies, because when you order author copies, there's a high chance that a good chunk of the books will be damaged. So some of the damaged, but like the minor damaged copies will make it onto there. The more like seriously damaged ones, those I'll keep. But I've been trying to job hunt to no avail. I have gotten more rejections than anything. Been constantly just working on things for my Patreon, which by the way, that is up. Each tier has its own printable poster. And speaking of, you can become a cohort today by joining either the free tier, the $2 tier, the $5 tier, or the $10 tier. Each one, including the free tier, has a printable poster. The $2 tier is new as of recording this video. I recently finished the poster for that one the other day. And at some point, if I get more patrons on there, I will do the cohort call out, which will be paid members. I think I'm gonna do that for $5 and up, maybe $2 and up. Might just be it might just be like each individual tier. And hang on, my Chrome is updating me on something, and but I think it's just gonna be for the paid tier because right now I have some free members. So I guess brief shout out to you guys, but the cohort call out later on will be for paid members once more start popping up. But as for the channel, I keep planning on different things for the channel, and then I just lose motivation for the channel. I do. I really just haven't had the motivation to make any content lately. And especially with how things have slowed down now, because the Ban content I've had on there has been able to sort of, between Ban and the Starry writing video, and like one or two of my rambles about different things like analog horror, I think is the popular one, and the mascot horror video. Those two have, it's like that combo of videos has been able to sort of keep the viewer count to roughly like 40 a day. But lately it's kind of dipped to the teens and lower. And I mean, this time of year, from my experience, even on my OG channel, way back in the day, because this is not my first foray into YouTube. I never went onto YouTube expecting to become famous or a big name or anything. I typically make this content for fun. But even back then, it's like this time of year, it's like with any business, it's either, especially content making stuff, it's like the view count always goes down this time of year because focus is always elsewhere. You have more holidays going on, so more people are focused on that rather than on social media. So with that normal slowdown on top of just the fact that I haven't been posting in a while, it's definitely been just really going downhill and just slowing down. So I'm going to try to make more content. I'm going to start making more shorts too. If you haven't noticed that, I have been doing more shorts. And I also want to start getting some more engagement. So if you made it this far into the video, which I might clip this and put it at the beginning of the video. So hi from whatever point in the video you were seeing this from. Actually, maybe I'll just keep it here and be like, if you've made it this far in the video, comment. What should I have you guys comment? I made it this far into the video and all I had to do was comment? I don't know. I'm trying to find ways to just get back into wanting to make content, wanting to make videos. I love that I'm pointing at my computer that you guys can't see, but I can see because it's literally right there. But yeah, the realities of being a creator, especially a smaller creator, because I know while I am not a big creator, you guys do mean a lot to me. And you guys do genuinely motivate me to make this content and make more content. And it is fun talking about different things. I do want to kind of make more videos like the ones on like clowns and horror, analog horror. I do want to delve like more into different genres and exploring different things from each one. Because as a writer, I don't just write horror, I do write fantasy as well. And I do kind of want to like experiment with talking about genres I don't typically write in. And maybe share things like how I format my books, how I work on books, because this and my old poetry book were the only two that got published, they are not the only books I am working on. And I obviously format, edit copies constantly because either something gets stuck along the way, like this. I had no clue why something wasn't working, so I formatted it, put together a quick cover in Canva, and just had it printed up through Lulu. Although don't worry, final covers are always drawn by me. So the final cover for this and other books are not going to be the edit copy covers. Although only in a fairy tale that was an illustration done by me. So that one, the cover might actually still stay the same. It's just the spine and the back are gonna be added on. But it would be fun to just share the stuff like that, the behind the scenes stuff, as far as being an indie author goes. So yeah, yeah. I don't really know what else to talk about in this video because again, it's like there's so much I've been doing off channel, off camera, off video, and my focus has been everywhere but YouTube as far as making things goes. That it's a matter of trying to figure out what I can do to drive myself to make more videos. Like, what kind of content did I enjoy making? What kind of content do you guys enjoy watching? All of that. Because I do also want to start doing streams too. So maybe I could do like write with me streams and things like that. I don't know. Maybe silent reading. I've been trying to get back into reading more. I have a stack of books. I don't know if you guys can see it or if it's in frame, but on the night table back there, those are books I started reading. I recently started rereading with the recent release of part one, Wicked, because I read this back in high school. I loved it. It got me into the musical, and just I wanted to start reading it again. And maybe silent reading stream where you guys can pick up whatever you were reading, and I could just put like chill music on in the background and stuff like that, and we could just all read together. I don't know, but it would be fun to get back into streaming. And yeah, I just really need to figure out what I want to do as far as content goes. Because, like, again, I enjoy making content. I enjoy the interaction with you guys in the comments and all of that. Like, I look for the different social platforms where there is interaction. I like that, which is why I make, like, the discussion videos. I enjoy that. I enjoy the more rambly, long form videos, obviously. I don't like the flashy, like, at least I don't like making the flashy, like, typical YouTuber content with, like, the stock footage in the background and all that. I like this sort of stuff. This, to me, feels more authentic, more genuine, more comfortable for me. And I want to keep doing this. I just need to figure out what content makes me happy, but also what content that makes me happy that will also make you guys happy to some extent. So yeah, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. I will put a cookie on the screen. You guys deserve a cookie. You have earned it. And yeah, yeah. Like the video, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys whenever the next video is. Bye.